Hey, look at this. This is a pretty cool play area here. Look at that. I don't know whether you can see on top there. They've named it Maidstone Zoo. More about this in the video. But whilst it's nice and quiet, let's go in and have a look. Look at that. I don't know whether you can see that sign clearer now. Maidstone Zoo. So we'll talk about that in a second. Let's just turn around, see what we've got in here. Obviously I wouldn't usually come and photograph children's play areas, but I've come nice and early this morning, so there's no kids here. So this is great. This is only a few years old, I think. Slides, something for the little ones. I know my boys have been in here and played on more than a few occasions, but it's been really nicely done. So this can get quite busy in the summer, as you can well imagine, a facility like that. Let's turn you back round. So that's pretty cool though, isn't it? I like it. I like it a lot. It's really nice. Let's see what else we've got at Cobtree Manor Park, just outside of Maidstone. Okay, so play park is just up behind me there. I thought I'd come down and just show you. We've got this great visitor centre here and cafe, so there's toilets. Cafe's obviously not open. I've come, say, early in the morning to avoid the crowds. First video really, so I'm not that comfortable yet videoing in front of people. We'll see how that goes and see how much it comes to. As I spun round here, you can see they've got a sculpture trail, so we're going to go and have a look at that and see what else we can find this morning and see what's here. Hopefully the road noise isn't too distracting for you and you can hear me okay. Over here at the park there's some more exercise and toys and that for kids to play on. There used to be a zip line over in that space over there, but it looks like it's been taken down. So we'll go and have a wander. We'll see what else is here. So it's a really nice venue for you to come and walk your dogs typically, I bet. Let's go and have a wander around. Okay, so the previous owner of the park was a guy called Garrard Tyrwhitt Drake, going back some years, back in the 50s, and he set up the Cobtree Charity Trust in 1951, and in about 1959 the charity created this park and this woodland. Maidstone Borough Council, with the trust, started improvements around 2012, and so they've put in this great parking facility, plenty of parking here, except on the really worst of the days in the summer you should be able to park here easily, I thought. So you can see here quite a good size car park. They also then put in, we'll just have a little wander whilst I tell you about this. The Borough Council and the Trust also then put in these excellent pathways, so it's very accessible. You can get around here with wheelchairs, buggies, and pushchairs, all that sort of thing if you like. They put in that, and they added the zoo themed play area, and they added the sculpture trail as well. So we're going to go and have a look at that now, see what it's like. It's a beautiful morning here today. Let's just have a look. That's the path back from the car park. We're going to head up here into the main route around the parkland. You can hear all the birds chirping away this morning. What we're going to do is go up. I don't know whether you can see in the distance up there, there's this building. I know what the building is, I've been here before, so let's go and take a look at that and catch up in a second. Here we are at this building. I'm just going to back off so we can get a better angle on here. This is an old elephant house. That's right. So there used to be a zoo here many years ago, and this is where the elephants were. I'm going to go around again. When I was here younger, as a younger lad, I used to be able to go inside this building and you could see the big iron bars that used to keep the visitors away from the elephants. As a young lad, I remember I could fit between those bars. Don't think I'd be able to do that today. And in fact, they're using the building for something else now. So I'm going to go and have a look and see what we can see and see whether it's still there. There's some history on this board here. I'm going to take a photo so that you can have a look and see the history of this zoo. Okay, so I've walked around this, what was the elephant house, as I said. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like you can get in anywhere at all now. But I'm just around the back side here, and it's all hidden by the trees. But somebody's done some really great work with some murals and things on the side here, which is a real shame because from the path, they're almost completely hidden. Let me just show you. You can get a fair view actually, but yeah, you used to be able to go inside there, not anymore. It's still nice and quiet. It's nice to see daffodils out. It's currently March 2021. It's a bit breezier up here. You've probably noticed these really good firm paths, good surface here, so you can come here all weathers and come for a walk even if it's been wet and horrible. It's not really muddy at all here at the moment. I think we mentioned they've got a sculpture trail here. Couldn't tell you what this one is, what it's supposed to be, and in fact there's not much of a description on either. It's just got some of the different animal names, some of the species that would have been here at the zoo written around the base. Zebra, llama, bear, kangaroo. Apparently they had about 36 species of animals here at one time, so it's quite a big deal. Say Maidstone Zoo, who knew Maidstone used to have a zoo? There's a bit of a pond here. Might be an interesting photo to take here maybe. I do like to take a few photos. So when I'm out and about trying to find these places to go and visit around Kent, I'm going to be taking my camera with me. You see I've got it on my shoulder. And we'll take some photos at the same time, because that's what I like to do. Well, this is something I've not noticed before. I was down on the path, sorry, back down here. It's on the main path for the pedestrians walking through. I saw this sign saying there's a public horse ride. So you can see there's quite a wide path down here. Thought let's go and see where it goes. And sure enough, you can see this sign up in the corner. I don't know, it says no galloping in the horse shed. But I thought we'd go and have a look and just see where it goes. But having not been through here before, I'm not going to follow it all. Obviously I want to stay in Cobtree Manor Park. Ah, right. This is part of the access to the golf course. There's a golf course next door, which we can now see just through the trees here. It's one of the greens right there. I think because we're in lockdown, coming out of lockdown, I don't think golf courses are open yet. So this is sort of my daily exercise for the day, really, to come and have a wander around here. But it's a nice view. As you wander around this trail, there's all sorts of trees. I just noticed this pretty pink one. You can tell I'm not a professional at this, because if I was, then I would probably be able to tell you what that tree was. But they planted lots of trees here. They wanted an arboretum. I'll check the word later. But they wanted lots of different trees. So a lot of those survived. There's a wide variety of trees to look at on the way round. I imagine there's probably a little bit more colour here when it's a different time of year. But today this pink one stands out, so I'm going to grab a quick photo of this and move on. Okay, let's tell you a little bit more about this zoo that I keep going on about. I've made some notes. So Garrard Tirrick Drake started collecting animals in about 1900, and animals were first shown to the public here in 1912, 1913, so quite a long time ago. First World War then got in the way. Some of the animals, well, a lot of the animals were moved to Spot in Tovell, and then after the war they toured around for a little bit. So eventually the animals came back here and the zoo reopened in 1934. In the programme for 1939 they had 36 different breeds of animals listed as being part of the zoo here. In 1949 there were 120 cages and paddocks covered over 10 acres of ground, so it's quite a reasonable size zoo here. And the zoo closed in 1959 due to rising costs and Garrard's concerns over maintaining the high standards that he wanted. So there was a zoo here really regularly from 1934 to 1959. There is going to be a link to the website in the description for this video, so you can have a little read and find out a few more details yourselves. Nice place to come. Interesting building here. The path is just up behind me, but saw this from the path. I've come down to have a look. I'm not sure what this building would have been. Obviously it's a picnic area now, as you can see, so it's a nice picnic area if it was bad weather, but I'll have to try and find out and see what it was. It's obviously part of the zoo, I guess, some sort of animal enclosure maybe or something. Yeah, it's nice. I say, whether you'll be able to hear the birds over the road noise, you sort of get used to it, but as soon as I stop to do a little bit of video or something, I'm really aware that it's there. But I'm sure if you were here walking with friends or something and you were having a chat, you wouldn't bother you. Okay, so that funny word I was trying to pronounce earlier, it's arboretum, and I found this sign here. I'll take a photo so you can see what it says. But basically they were trying to create an alternative kew gardens effectively. So they planted up over 600 species, different species of trees and shrubs between 1980 and 1981. It says here that unfortunately in the storms of 1987 and 1990, a lot of the trees were still quite young and got blown over in the strong winds we had those years. So there's about 120 species left, but it does explain why there are so many trees around here. And I say in the spring and summer it'd be really pretty to come around and have a look. So there's the, I don't know whether you can see the building that we were just at earlier. It's just down there through the trees, so a little short walk away. It's quite nice that they've put out all these information signs and things for the people that are interested. This obviously has got a lot of history as a park to come to. Say Maidstone Zoo. I'm probably going to mention that a couple of times throughout this video, I bet. You'll get the idea that there used to be a zoo here. I think it was visited by, as was at the time, Princess Elizabeth, who I assume is actually obviously the current Queen. It wasn't very clear on their website when I had a look, but I'm pretty sure that's who they meant. So it's had royalty visit here, and in fact there was a connection with the old owners of the park and Charles Dickens as well. So apparently one of the characters in one of the Charles Dickens novels has taken its influence from a visit that Charles Dickens made to this area, obviously all that time ago. Oh, we've come to another of these structures. Let's have a look and see what we've got here. We're going to try and photograph this and exclude the mud. There's some great carvings on these planks. It's really nice. I had to put my hat back on, it got a bit chilly. But I was just again looking at these trees over here and I noticed a splash of colour, so I'm going to come and see if there's a photo to be had here. And, let's see what we can get. If there's a photo, I'll stick it up on the screen so you can see it. I think there's something there it's worth taking a photo of. So This seems like a good spot as any to talk a little bit about what I'm thinking about for this channel. I really like Kent. I've been watching lots of YouTube videos. I like my photography. This is March 2021, so we've come out of a year, or coming out of a year of lockdown due to COVID. Usually I would take people photos. So I was into a couple of weddings, not many, but a couple of weddings, events, and shooting people is what I enjoyed doing. But I haven't really been able to do that for a year. So I have been coming out on walks and taking some photos with my camera. I've got some nice pictures from around Kent. But obviously I've been watching YouTube channels and watching all these people in the lakes and the peaks and these wonderful places. But I didn't really see many photographers around Kent. But actually, what I wanted from this, I think, was more about helping other people get out into the Kent countryside. Initially, I'm thinking about walking, but I've got a bike and I used to cycle a bit when I was younger. And I've cycled a lot of the cycle routes in Kent, so we may mix some of that in here. But really what I was after was to sell how great Kent is, really. We've got a lot of diversity in Kent in terms of the countryside and getting outdoors. We've got obviously a fantastic coastline. There's some obvious things to mention there, like the White Cliffs of Dover and places like that. We've then got areas like the Romney Marsh. We've got the North Downs. Okay, that's not quite as lumpy as sort of Wales or places like that. But, oh, I've got a little friend. Hello. Hello, how you doing? Go on. There he goes. So I'm going to try and... I don't mind well-behaved dogs. I like well-behaved dogs. Might be controversial, but do you think well-behaved dogs equals well-behaved owners? And actually, the misbehaving dogs, it's not actually their fault. I've mixed that into the middle of what I was talking about with my channel, sorry. But I'm planning to try and get out and about, but I'm going to need your help. Obviously, I know my local area pretty well, and I've got a few ideas of places that I'd like to show to you, and ideas where you can go out for a walk with your family or whatever, just to get outdoors and enjoy the outdoors. But I don't know the whole county. So what I'd like you to do is tell me your favourite spots and the places you'd like to go, or in fact if there's somewhere maybe you haven't been but are thinking of going that maybe you think I should check out for you and do a video and check out. I'd like these videos to be a bit informative, so some of the basics around car parking and accessibility and features and facilities, all that sort of stuff, so that if you're planning to go to a place, hopefully these videos will be useful to you. If they are useful to you and you like the videos, then obviously it'd be great if you would hit the like button or subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this stuff. It's my first video, so it may well be a bit ropey. Happy for any comments that you might want to suggest to see how I can do this better. It's a learning curve. I've listened to lots of YouTube videos talking about getting started, and they say you're never actually ready, just get on with it. So here I am, I've come out early morning, it's been nice and quiet, and I'm having a go. So let's see how it goes, and hope you like it. Okay, look at this. The path is just here. So you can see the path running along here. So you just step off the path a little bit. And I saw this sort of gateway between these trees here. Probably come too close. But if we wander through here, this is a great example of that arboretum. It's not a good word for me, that one, is it? The arboretum thing of trees. So 120 species of trees. Just have a quick look around here. We've got all sorts of trees in the background. I wish I could tell you what they were. I think this is silver birch. This one over here, you can tell that by the colour. But there's a great variety of trees here. And I say, okay, I've come at the end of the winter, before spring's kicked in. But I'm definitely going to come back here when we've got a bit more colour around. And I think it'd be nice to come here in the snow as well and get some photos in the snow. So that's my quick 360 pano. It's a great example of the variety of trees I've got going on. Okay, so just after I did that last bit to camera, look at this amazing tree. Dead as a dodo, but look at the detail and the textures on that. That looks cool. That is definitely crying out for a photo. There's an angle there somewhere. I'm going to stop and take a photo of this. Interesting tree. Okay, as if I haven't talked about trees enough, I've got a choice to make. So if you can see this sign here says Meadows the way I've come, or we can wander back to the car park. You can't see the sign, sorry. Wander back to the car park, which is just around the corner, or follow this for the woodlands. I'm not in a particular hurry, so I think we'll go see the woodlands, see some more trees. Okay, just taking a little detour before we go and see more trees, just to show you another of these sculptures on the sculpture trail. Again, not a lot of information about the inspiration for these, or what they're supposed to represent. But gives you a moment to stop and pause for thought, I suppose. There you go. Okay, let's take that walk down to the woodlands. You can see the signpost just at the end there, and this is the path. So it's not quite as firm a surface here. There's a warning up ahead by the look of it. There's a sign. Let me just see over here that this is part of the crossing with the horses. Let's look out for horses. I don't even know whether you can do horse riding at the moment, actually. I don't know if that's an allowed activity or not. Hopefully, as time goes on, COVID lockdown will become less and less of a feature, and we can all go back to our normal lives and activities and all the things that we enjoyed doing before. I'd say one of the pleasant things about walking around here is I haven't seen very much litter at all. It's really good. When I drove in this morning, there was a council worker there picking up litter around the car park area and that. So they seem to be really on top of that, which is nice. Sometimes you come out and there's litter everywhere you go. I hate that. So it's nice. It's nice and quiet. So as soon as I say that, I'm then conscious of that road noise again. So this is the woodland walk, or some of it. I'm not going to take you on the whole journey. This is obviously a much more established part of the park, or more established woodland. Sort of more native trees, I would say. I'm not going to talk about trees on all the videos, by the way. It's just something that struck me about this park. Okay, so I've now switched to my phone. This was an awkward moment as I was trying to show you down the path to the play area, just in the distance there. The battery died on my camera that I've been using. Hopefully now you can see coming into view the play area that we looked at earlier on in this video. So I'm back near where we started, but can you smell that? It's a shame it's not smell-o-vision. They look open and I can smell bacon. Yeah, time for breakfast. What a great way to finish the morning, eh? Thanks for following along. As I say, like, subscribe, all that stuff that you're so used to doing. But I'm really after your comments as well, and ideas of places to go, and places that I could go and visit and explore more of Kent's amazing countryside, really. So thanks for watching, if you've bothered watching to this point at all. Thanks very much. See you next time.